Hey guys, we hope you're all keeping really well. This week our focus follows on from that session that we did in the Love the Lord Your God series, where we talked about loving your neighbour as yourself. Because this week we're looking at a Bible character who really demonstrates what it is to love your neighbour as yourself. So, Sarah Kenny, have you got an example of when a friend has been really loyal to you, or maybe has shown you a love that just blew you away?
Like this wind is blowing me away. Wow, it is windy. But yeah, I can think of a few examples actually. I can think of a time when a friend just showed great loyalty to me and they stood up for me when people were saying mean things about me or not being very nice. And I can think of another friend who, like, when I was going through a pretty hard time, they just were with me each and every day. They were so supportive. They just walked alongside me and they just had like compassion, but they also challenged and supported me through it. And I can think of times when friends have just blessed me and I've just been like, oh, I don't deserve that, but that's so kind. And one of these examples is I was living with two girls in my third year of uni. Shout out to Hannah Stevenson and Suzanne Taylor. Maybe if no, anyway. I just had an idea, but we'll move on. But yeah, and they would wake me up each morning with a cup of tea and I was just like, I don't deserve this. This is so kind. But that little act of kindness just blessed me so much each morning.
That's a really great example of friends doing such a lovely thing. And we're going to pause in just a moment, guys, and we want you to talk about any of your own examples in your life that you might have, like Sarah has, or maybe just talk about a friend and what you value about them and why it is that you really value it.
Oh yeah, it is my turn to speak. And then after that, we're going to jump straight into today's story, because today we're going to be looking at an incredible story of friendship, the story of Ruth and Naomi. So after you've had your discussion, why not pause, or, well, you'll already be paused, but why not jump into the story, which is found in Ruth 1 and 2, or use one of the animated videos, well, the only animated video in the description below.
You can tell we weren't stopping that take, were we? This is the one that we're using, so guys, have a great time. We ploughed through. We'll see you on the other side. In this story,
just before you start, Phil, I want to do something. I want to give you my cushion for this scene so that you can be nice and comfortable while we film this take.
Very nice, thanks. You wouldn't be, I don't know, making a competition to be the best friend?
No, I'm just showing you great friendship because I've given you my lovely warm supportive cushion and let you have it for this scene.
It is warm and supportive, to be fair. Well, in our story today, guys, we see an incredible, it's like that little wiggle man, we see an incredible example of friendship. Ruth is really loving her neighbour as she herself would want to be treated. She shows an incredible kindness to her mother-in-law, Naomi.
It wasn't the glamorous option for Ruth to go with Naomi. In fact, by doing so, she was basically writing off any chances of finding love or happiness again.
Yeah, by accompanying Naomi, by going with her to that place, she was arriving in a place where she would be treated as a stranger and an outsider, and it would be really hard for her to get welcomed and accepted into that community.
And Naomi was hardly the fun, joy-bringing mother-in-law at this point. In fact, she was pretty gloomy, saying in Ruth 1 verse 20, "Don't call me Naomi," meaning pleasantness. "Call me Mara," meaning bitterness, because the Lord has made my life very bitter. It doesn't sound like the sort of person you might want to go and hang around with all the time.
No, she went on to say, "I started so happy and satisfied, I went away full, but now the Lord has brought me back here empty."
That was a very dramatic telling of that. I wasn't expecting that. Naomi's feeling.
Buddy, just before you start there, thank you so much for that cushion before. That definitely wasn't a contest. I just thought your feet could be a little bit more comfy on this ground, couldn't they? I got a little rake and I thought, oh, there's some leaves. There you go, you can put your feet on there nice.
So you want me to stand on the leaves?
I mean, yeah, I just think it might be more comfy.
I mean, it's kind of like leaves everywhere. Like...
Yeah, I know, and I've put them in the perfect place for you.
Okay, well, I actually found this on the ground earlier, a lovely little carved piece of wood, so it's really nice. It's like a little spring, and you know what, Phil, I'm going to give that to you as a gift. Even though I was really glad I found it, I'm going to give it to you. So I'll leave you to decide who's demonstrating the best friendship so far.
Thanks, Sarah.
Anyway, Naomi is feeling pretty low and despairing at this point, and yet what Ruth chooses to do sounds like it was exactly what she needed. Ruth shows incredible kindness and sacrificial love towards her.
Yeah, Ruth's future did not have to be the same as Naomi's. She had a really good chance of getting married again and having her own family.
Yet she chooses to show Naomi incredible love and loyalty. And she says these famous words when Naomi tries to make her go back to her hometown.
Yeah, it tells us in Ruth 1 that she clung to her and said, "Do not send me away. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people and your God will be my God."
What powerful words for someone to hear, and actions for someone to see demonstrated, for someone who feels that God and the world is against them. Ruth shows incredible kindness and love.
Yeah, she promises to be by Naomi's side, to be with her wherever she goes until the day that she dies.
Ruth does not.
Hold fire there a moment, buddy.
Oh, I wonder what's coming.
I just thought that little wooden spiral thing that you found on the floor was so nice that I'd actually give you a nice little candle.
Oh, do you know, Phil, that's genuinely dead nice. I actually love candles. I'm always lighting them in my room. That just makes me think, actually, I've got a little surprise for you as well.
She's obviously thought about this before, hasn't she? Not just found something.
So I thought you might like this lovely plant, and I thought, you know, inside, when it's cold and stuff, this reminds you of the outside world.
Why does it say to Mum on the side of it there?
No reason. Anyway, okay, I think you might have won that one. Moving swiftly on. Ruth does not abandon Naomi when she hits a hard season, and God displayed a similar loyalty and amazing love to us when we were despairing in our own sorrows.
Yeah, even in the mess that we've created, our sin, by rejecting God and choosing to go our own way, God doesn't abandon us and say, "Oh, well, I'm going to leave them to sort their lives out all by themselves."
In fact, he sent his son Jesus to come and live and walk alongside us, and he experienced every hardship, emotion, pain and temptation that we experience.
Yeah, he doesn't leave us to mourn over our loss or over our mess, but instead he promises his faithfulness and his loyal love to us.
He went to the cross and carried on his shoulders every wrong thing we have ever done, spoken or thought, every hurt or confusion we have ever felt, and he defeated their hold over our lives.
Yeah, Jesus carried the sin, the mess of the whole world on his shoulders, and then rose again from the grave to show that darkness, pain and wrongdoing no longer need to be a trap for us. They don't need to have a hold over us anymore.
He provided a way by which we can be rescued and saved and brought into a close friendship with God when we choose to place our trust in Jesus and follow him.
Yeah, like Ruth, God promises to always be with us. Wherever we go, he will go with us, and whatever we face, he will be with us.
So we're drawing our session to a close in a minute, and just before we do, I thought, Phil, that I'd use this opportunity to just bless you once more as my friend. And I've actually gone around and I've collected this range of sticks.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I'm going to gift them to you. You can do it like whatever you want with them. You can build a fire, you could build a house, you could do some drumming with them. Like literally, the world's your oyster with these sticks.
A stick curry
So,
before. I think
there you
that
go.
would be very nice. Thanks, Sarah. That's really kind. I've actually brought you the greatest gift that I could have brought you today.
Oh yeah, what?
I feel like you just haven't even noticed it all day. It's my present. I spent the day filming this video with you.
Wow, okay, you clearly ran out of ideas there, Phil. So, anyway, unlike Ruth, God knows us better than anyone else, and he knows exactly how we feel and exactly what we need most.
Yeah, he made us and he designed us and he understands us better than we even understand ourselves. And what's more, he offers us a hope that is not temperamental, it is not fleeting, it lasts forever.
And we see how Ruth's sacrificial love and friendship towards Naomi blesses her as it shows her part of God's kindness to her through Ruth.
Yeah, there is something so healing to our hearts when we experience a friend who loves us in that loyal and sacrificial way, because actually we get to experience a little bit of what God's heart, what his love and his loyalty is like for us.
And Jesus gave up his life, his place in heaven with his Father for us, so that we can know life forever and that we can be brought into a close friendship with him and know him as our Father.
Yeah, he longs for us to be like Ruth to those around us, to love our friends with a meaningful and sacrificial and deep love, to stand by them in every season and to stay with them in the good times and the bad.
And in doing so, we are demonstrating part of God's love for them. So we're going to draw it to a close here, guys, but stay tuned for next week to find out what happens to Ruth. And instead of leaving you with some questions, we'd love to invite you with those around you to pray together and ask the Holy Spirit to come and fill your hearts with a love for your friends and a love for those people that God has placed in your eyes, that we may be Ruths to those around us.
Be a Ruth to those around
No,
us.
like Ruth, the person we've been speaking about, like all morning.
Like a roof, like a slate roof.
Like a roof.
Like a roof.